Hi, I'm Tammy, and I don't normally do many of these little cooking videos, but I have had a special request from someone on my Facebook, Deep Digger Dan. And so now I'm going to show you how to make better than sex cake. And what we have here is that I've already baked the cake, Duncan Hines Devil's Food Cake, which you would need eggs, water, and oil. But I figured everyone knows how to bake a cake, so I didn't need to show that process. I would assume you could probably use like a chocolate cake mix if you wanted to too. It didn't have to be Devil's Food. So we've already baked the cake. The other items that you will need is some sweet condensed milk. That's part of our topping. 1 can, 14 ounces, which is what my recipe calls for. You will also need some caramel ice cream sauce. And I found this cool little pouchy looking thing at the store. It says we're supposed to put 6 ounces. This is 8. I don't know if you can find 6-ounce ones, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use the 8. The gooier the better, right? The other thing that you need is a package of Heath bars crunched up. You could also get just your regular Heath candy bar and crunch it up, smash it up for the topping. I like this because it's already cut up, and you find these in the chocolate chip aisle with all the chocolate chips. So we're going to go ahead and start with the topping of what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to cut slits. Do you want to show us? You're supposed to cut slits in the cake for the stuff to run down into the cake. And so I'm just going to do it like this. And it also says you're not supposed to go all the way to the bottom of the cake. So I'm just going to kind of just do the top of it. And we'll cut little slits. They can just be every which way, however you want to do it. And that one kind of went to the bottom. And this cake has been baked and it's cooled also. So you'll just cut these little marks all through it. And then, I don't know, you can probably just do some the other way just so it'll kind of go everywhere. Here and there. Okay, so I've got my slits cut in there. And now what we're going to do is come over here to the stove. You are supposed to heat up your sweet condensed milk. Really, really sticky stuff. So pour your condensed milk into your pan. We're going to heat it up. So this and the caramel sauce melts together really, really good. And then you pour your caramel sauce into this also. Now that I'm all sticky, cool little pouch. You can reseal it too, if there was any left in it. Then we're gonna come over to the stove. And on kind of a low, medium heat. I like to hurry things up and it takes so long to heat up, so I'm gonna just kind of heat it up real quick. And you're gonna mix this all together until both ingredients combine and makes a nice, sticky, yummy, sweet coating that you are gonna pour over the top of your cake. So we probably want to keep stirring that so it doesn't burn. So when it kind of starts getting to be like a thinner consistency, you know it's getting heated up pretty good. Really, it's a pretty simple recipe. It's sweet, crunchy, and the Cool Whip that we'll put on top kind of sets off the sweetness too. But it's very, very good. A rich cake. See, it's kind of getting blended pretty good now. That's a pretty good consistency. I just want to make sure it's good and warm before I pour it over the cake. Right now it's just good. Kind of almost has the flavor of toffee too. I think we're pretty good now. Seems pretty heated up. Okay, so we're gonna come over here to the cake. And you will just pour this over it. No close-ups, please. So you slowly pour this over your cake and be sure to get the slits that you had put on there, that it kind of gets soaked into those areas. And after you chill it for a while, what runs off to the side will kind of soak into your cake too. So. We do have to let this sit here and cool. And you're also supposed to sprinkle your Heath bar while it's still warm across the top of the cake. And then we're going to let it cool completely, and then we can top it with some whipped topping. And you can keep a little bit of the Heath bars extra out, so you can kind of put some on top of the whipped topping. But as you can see here, it looks like it's starting to soak into the cake here on the sides that was so full. And it'll go underneath of it and everything. It's really good. So while this is still warm, we're gonna sprinkle some of these toffee bits on top. I love Heath bar. It's like my favorite. That's pretty liberal. And I still have some left in the package, so we can top the top of the cake. So see, it's starting to sink in to the slits and the sides of the cake, so it'll go into kind of the bottom part of the cake. So right now what we're gonna do is we are going to let this cool for about 10 minutes probably, so it doesn't feel so hot on the sides of the pan. And then we will be back to finish it up. Thanks. Okay, the cake is cooled, so now we are going to add our topping, which is just regular Cool Whip topping. And this gets spread, and you can also see that it pretty much it'll caramelize, but it's sinking into the cake really good. So you're just going to put some Cool Whip on top and spread it around. Kind of careful, so I guess it doesn't pull up what you've put on top of the cake. And it's okay if some of it gets mixed into the Cool Whip, because you're supposed to top it with it anyways. So you want to just keep spreading it around until all the cake is covered with it. Ooh, I can't see. So now our cake is all covered. on top of the cake. Let me see if I can get some that really aren't crumbs in here. Some more chunky like pieces. And you're just gonna sprinkle that on top. I didn't want a lot of the dry, crummy stuff on there. So here's our finished cake. We're gonna chill it in the microwave. You can serve it right from the pan. I'd probably chill it about an hour or so just to be sure it gets set up and everything. But this is our lovely Better Than Sex cake. You be the judge. But it's really, really good. And I'd also like to thank Brooke, my videographer. She likes to do my food cooking videos. And I think we should think of a name for my cooking videos, as sparse as they are. But what does everybody think about American Girl cooking? I'm out.